Commander Moose and his journey through space. Commander Moose was not always in such a magnificent starship as the Sisquinch-C. No, Commander Moose had to get up the ranks by being skillful, starting with the pathetically small. Quite pathetically small. Little tiny little cute little, oh, isn't it nice? Look, oh. And then it went up a bit to a 200-year-old design. Many an adventure did Moose have in the Sisquinch-B. Yes. And yes, and then there was the better one after that. After the many thousands of adventures that were had in this severely obsolete design, Moose charges to show you his bestest vessel ever. Yes, the 4 nacelle Sisquinch-C, the best in Starfleet engineering, with the comically ridiculous crew of Takara, Drew, Garnet, and Jetly. Drew, Garnet, Jetly, and an alien. Adventures could be had! Wandering aimlessly, the crew decide that they should get a mission. Not to enter the Wolf 359 system, but to explore! Because that's what Starfleet does! After talking to the alien, a mission was issued, and after an incredibly long time, the crew of the Sisquinch got to the Hromi Cluster, where they are going to explore according to what the General said to do, because that's what Starfleet does best. Thus, the crew of the Sisquinch found themselves in the middle of absolutely nowhere, until they found a Hromi Cluster anomaly, which they decided to do things with by scanning it. And not stopping to scan it, so they have to be really quick to do this. And they got an unknown alloy. Joy. Then they decided to keep looking around. Can they scan? Scan? No. Okay. So then they looked around some more until they found some things. There's one. Approaching the other anomaly, the crew of the Sisquinch braced themselves for what might be interesting. Who knows what this could be? Nobody knows. An unknown system! The Sisquinch engages! Full power! Oh no! Radiation readings! Quickly, investigate the planet! As the Sisquinch approached the planet, nobody knew what the radiation would mean. Would it mean radiation? Probably. So they kept going closer to the planet until they could read what the radiation was all about. Diligently avoiding the asteroids with cat-like reflexes, the Sisquinch crashed into one. Further analysis has revealed there is a primitive pre-war culture inhabiting the northern landmass. They seem to be suffering from systematic radiation poisoning. The source of the contamination appears to be a cluster of artifacts on the surface of the planet, of alien origin. Continue. Since the source of the contamination is not local, the Prime Directive does not apply. We should help these people by disabling the artifacts quietly, of course. Wonderful. Let's go down to the planet and see what sort of shit we can bring. Our scans have tracked the source of the groundwater contamination to a series of artifacts. We should perform an analysis of them. Of one of them. My goodness. Where is it though? Moose checks the map. The map is of the universe and not of where he is, so he changes it and it doesn't help at all. So he decides to get out his scanny thing. This way is where the thing is. Here it is, right next to Moose. He scans it using his device. It appears that this artifact is very old and the power supply has fallen out of alignment. Using the scan data, I was able to realign the power supply back to a stable level. That should hold the radiation. Let's do that again with the other ones. Let's go, gang. Moose charges over to the other one to fix them. And he does it with shocking efficiency. He scans another. Can Moose possibly be stopped? The answer, of course, a resounding no, as Moose scans and fixes all of the artifacts himself. Then he charges up cliffs just to get to the other ones, although he doesn't know where they are, so he scans for them. It's over here, although the scanner's being silly and pointing towards something that isn't the thing he's supposed to be fixing, and his friends are just flailing behind, unable to help, trapped by the terrible conundrum of cliffs. So Moose charges over to this thing because he wants to look at it more than the things he's supposed to be doing, and then he does this, which is necessary, and he gets an unknown alloy and charges up more cliffs and finds where the other things are. There's one over there. As he approaches the last artifact, he fixes it with his thing. Excellent work, Captain. The poisoning of the planet has now been turned back. The inhabitants will never know what happened, and we may have skirted the edge of the Prime Directive, but we've done a good thing. Yes, that's good ethics you've got there. Now let's go home to our spaceship. Let's go up to the spaceship, yes. The crew return with beams. Thus, the first little bit of the Sisquinch Odyssey begins!